You're listening to a segment of the Inside Rock podcast episode
Staying Alive
on IWW Radio, Niagara Falls. Go to jabberguys.com to hear the full episode, as well as other Inside Rock episodes with Oat,
Queeks,
and Cha,
the
Jabberguys.
Welcome back to another episode of Inside Rock with
Oat,
Queeks,
and Cha,
the Jabberguys. On this episode of Inside Rock, we're going to be talking about bands that have stayed alive. That's why the episode's called Staying Alive.
Oh, I like the Bee Gees.
Yeah, they're not one of them.
Well, most of them are dead, but
You serious?
And speaking of, well,
Yeah.
let's
No.
talk. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they're all
there's
dead.
only
Even Andy Gibb.
Barry Gibb is
Really?
Barry Gibb is the only one left. But anyway, so there's a lot of lists that are out there of the bands that have been together the longest without lineup changes, with only one band member changing.
Yeah,
So,
there's a bunch of different lists out there.
I mean, you could talk about. There's a lot of bands that have lost a member due to a death. We'll talk about that later, but that doesn't discount them from the list, right?
also a bunch of bands who took a huge break in the middle and then came back.
Yeah, like the Eagles.
Yeah,
Right?
they don't count.
Yeah, so
I love the Eagles,
Oh,
but
who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about bands that have maintained most of the original members and are still performing today.
Okay, so who you want to start with?
Well, we're going to go to Britain. Who would you say in Britain?
The Who.
There it is. Who would you say?
Who.
That was a little bit of a hint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Who. So the Who have been rocking for, well, since what year? They've been since 64?
64.
Yeah, incredible. So what was the lineup change there? Keith Moon, right?
Keith Moon, yeah.
Yeah, so Keith Moon died.
I'm surprised he didn't pass away sooner. He was crazy,
Well,
to be honest.
Oh, most of them. Pete Townsend, and they're all nuts.
well, to be fair, now they were in 2020. There's still they only have two members left, really now, because Entwistle died, right? John Entwistle, the bass player,
Right.
he died. So, but we're gonna put Who
Man,
in.
you guys don't live long, do they?
This podcast is going to be a drag. I'm starting to get depressed.
already.
Oh my gosh!
All right, let's talk about more upbeat things.
Hey, you know
here.
what? Ironically, though, on the drive over here, I was listening to the Who. Came on
Oh, yeah.
here. Yeah.
Which song?
What's that one?
You just can't explain, can you?
No, it wasn't that one.
Bob O'Reilly?
No, I don't know. I forget.
Behind Blue Eyes?
No, I forget. I don't know.
So you really enjoyed
We're
it.
not drinking Screech tonight. We're drinking vodka tonight. So
won't get fooled again.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right, there you go. All right, okay, moving along.
So anyway, there's two members left, the Who. So it's Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey, right?
Right.
So Entwistle actually died in 2002. So I'm actually breaking my own rule already, right? Because if you died in 2002, that would mean only 50% of the members are left now.
Okay, but it change of membership due to a death
Yeah, it's a little
is
different.
a little different,
Yeah,
right?
I would agree.
So how many years is that for the Who then? 64 to they're still performing now.
Well, that's 56
56 years.
right? So that's pretty impressive.
56 years.
You know what? I have to be honest. I'm not. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm not a huge Who fan. I can appreciate them though. If they come on the radio, I won't turn them off. But when I think of the Who, I think of Townsend and Daltrey. Those two guys.
Yeah, me too.
Really, that's to
Oh,
me.
Keith Moon when he was around, but
Well, yeah, he's behind the scenes, right? I don't know. It's just those two guys, and you're saying those are the two guys that are still alive.
yeah.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, who still lives?
That song wasn't Mama's Got a Squeeze Box, was it? That seems like the kind of song you'd listen to.
You sick bastard.
It's true. It's true. So the next band coming in, a lot of people forget about this band. These guys are actually number one on a lot of lists because they've been around since 1961. So they even predate the Beatles.
59 years.
59 years. And they are still going. And do you know who they are?
I do not.
I bet I know who you're talking about. Is it ZZ Top?
No, no, but you would believe that we're going to be talking about ZZ Top.
Okay.
It's Golden Earring. So this
Radar Love.
Radar Love, right? Or Twilight Zone. Remember that song?
Yeah.
So these guys have been rocking for 59 years with the same lineup. As a matter of fact,
Same members?
yeah, they're
What are they, like 90 years old?
Well, even death aside, a lot of these bands, they don't get along and they split early. Like, so for someone that's still be alive and still together, yeah, they're doing something right.
Okay, wait a minute. How many years they've been playing?
Well, they've been playing for
59 years.
Yeah.
So let's say they were 20 years old.
Well, they formed. Yeah, they formed in 19.
So they're in their freaking 80s, man.
61. Well, yeah, they are
That is awesome.
for sure. They're Dutch. They're a Dutch band.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What, the fact that they're Dutch?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Good genes, I guess. I don't know. Dutch
Well,
people.
80 years old and still laying down a riff. I mean, what is that all about?
How many big tunes did they have?
I only know
they're,
Radar
Their
Love.
biggest, Twilight Zone. You got to know Twilight
Yeah,
Zone.
Twilight Zone and Radar Love.
Yeah, I mean,
So what have they been doing for
they released an album.
all
and-
these years?
Well, they're going around just playing those two songs. that's all they
Thank
play.
you and good night. Good night.
They play two songs and they're done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they're doing that for 60 years.
if it still pays the bills, sign me up.
I was trying to say they released a new album in 2012.
Let me guess. It was a remix of Radar Love.
Close. It was called Tits and Ass.
Are you serious?
That's the name of the album, Tits and Ass.
Isn't that a Rolling Stones song? TNA?
TNA, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
There you
is.
go.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, good for
So
them.
that's
Good for them.
so that's our Radar Love right there.
Okay.
How'd their album do?
I'm not sure.
Since I've never heard of it, I think that answers my question.
Hey, Cha, why don't you Google some tits and ass and see what comes up?
Are you serious? I'm on my work computer. I can't do that.
Let's just see how it did.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to love this next one, Cha. You're a big fan. I mean, if you're Canadian, you're a big fan.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly who you're
But this
speaking of.
band formed they formed in 1968 originally.
That's back
But they've
there.
had the same lineup up until this year,
Katie Lee.
since 1974.
Neil Peart.
Neil Peart
I'm gonna
died
start
this year.
crying, you
Go
guys.
ahead, buddy. Yeah, it's Rush.
Yeah.
So, you know what? These guys have been rocking for that long. 49 seats. That's 51 years.
Yeah, and actually they started with a different drummer. Neil Peart didn't join the band till later on. What was the original drummer's name?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, come on. We got to find his name. It's right here.
Oh, you mean the original drummer?
The original drummer. Oh, John Rutsey. That's his name. So John Rutsey was the original drummer. And then
What happened to him?
he had to leave the band he had a lifelong battle with diabetes. And so because of illness, he had to bow out. He played with Rush from 68 to 74.
And I bet a lot of people don't even think about the original drummer when they think of Rush.
Well, yeah, when you think of Rush, you think of Neil Peart, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Rush. But Rutsey was the original. He stayed friends with Alex Lifeson, the guitarist, till 1990. But he died in 2008. He died in his sleep from an apparent heart attack due to complications from his illness.
So if he was healthy, he probably would have still been with the band today.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't out him because he was a bad drummer, that's for sure. Let's face it, when Neil Peart came in, he took the band to a whole new level.
Well, he did most of the songwriting for the band. He was a genius.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah, he just passed on just
He
recently.
did. He did.
Yeah, Rip Neil. He was awesome. One of the best drummers ever.
And you know what? I'm going to say they are this is coming from me, the most technical band. Like, how can I put this?
Or the progressive rock. I mean, they were the kings of progressive rock.
Yeah, they are. But they were the most talented bands put in one band. Like, every single one, the three of them.
They're tight.
I think it was the
They
best
were.
drummer, the best bassist, and Alex, well, he's no slouch on the guitar. Like, the most
for sure.
talent in one band, I think. I gotta love Rush.
Yeah, no, they're great, and they had released an album also in 2012. What was with 2012? It wasn't called Tits and Ass either,
Oh, that's good.
but they released Clockwork Angels in 2012, and then before that they had an album called Time Machine. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
When did they call it quits?
Well, they didn't.
That was 2015, I think.
Oh, did they actually quit?
Well, that's when Neil was having problems with, like, arthritis or things, mobility. He was having a lot of issues. I think 2015.
Yeah, I remember that. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, don't quote me, but I think it's around 2015.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's Rush. What's
And
your favorite tune by Rush? What is it?
I love YYZ.
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 We're Canadian. We say Z.
Yeah, YYZ. And
Tom Sawyer.
no,
La Villa
Strangiato.
Strangiato.
That's
yeah,
right.
baby. Off of Hemispheres.
That's
That's
right.
awesome. Yeah.
That's right.
Classic.
Just
Classic.
technical.
Well, they included YYZ was on Rock Band, right? They featured one of the. It was on
one of the rock bands,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. It was
Oh
on
man.
Yeah, the platform Rock Band.
You know what? We could do a whole show, and I really hope we do, just on Rush. We could.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah, I got one there.
All right.
So that brings us to the next band. Is a band that everybody knows. Everybody loves these guys. They were huge in the 80s. I think they had...
Do they have twirling guitars?
They had twirling guitars.
All right, now it's ZZ Top.
Now it's ZZ Top. The Canadian version.
The Canadian version, yeah. Yeah, I love ZZ Top. They've been rocking since 1968 with songs like Sharp Dressed Man, She Got Legs.
She's got... You name it.
I mean, on and on.
Right? The Eliminator album put them over the top.
Oh, no,
right?
that's my favorite album.
Oh, yeah.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
can I say something
Ooh,
now?
Yeah.
My favorite albums are Deguelo and Rio Grande Mud.
Oh, really?
Those two, man.
Now,
Those...
see, I'm a big fan of Tres Hombre.
Oh, well, that's of course.
That's
a great one
with Lagrange on it, right?
Of course.
And Waiting for the Bus.
Of course.
Jesus just left Chicago.
See, that's all the
these
old-
are great blues.
Well, I
and
say
That's
like
stuff.
the old
ZZ Top and Leonard Skinner are like
yeah.
country rock kind of
Southern rock.
southern rock.
Well,
yeah,
these
it's
guys are
awesome.
from Texas, right?
Yeah.
The Bad
They
Boys
sure
from
are.
Texas. I
They
mean,
sure
they're
are.
awesome.
Now, I mentioned that I like my two favorite ones are a little bit the older albums, but one of my favorite tunes by ZZ Top was is My Head's in Mississippi. I love that tune.
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
She's got the 6. Right?
They got so many great
Oh,
tunes.
there's some great tunes by ZZ Top.
I actually saw them. I'm trying to remember who opened for them. I think it was Huey Lewis.
Well, that would be ironic since they both perform. Well, Huey Lewis performed the soundtrack for Back to the Future. Remember?
Yeah,
Power of Love.
Power of Love, yeah.
And ZZ Top appeared in Back to the Future Part 3.
I don't.
Yeah, there's a connection.
Yeah, I can't remember properly, but I did see ZZ Top. It was
So how
great.
many years are we talking ZZ Top?
Well, they've been performing for 52 years since 1968. As a matter of fact, one of their first gigs was opening for Jimi Hendrix in 1968. Now, there may be a difference of opinion on this next band, but life without this band would be just too sad to imagine. But we haven't had to since 1962.
62.
1962. So who's been around?
Well, it can't be Menudo.
That's
It's not Menudo.
well, it's 58 years.
58 years. These guys are still going. Now they've had multiple lineup changes, but that's okay. I mean, they've maintained the format of the Beach Boys.
Oh, the Beach Boys. I saw them
Here we go.
That was
on
your,
the beach.
is that your first concert?
No, it wasn't my first concert.
Oh, okay.
My first concert was actually Rod Stewart
You saw them on the beach. Okay, that's a good start.
at Daytona Beach during spring break.
Epic.
Yeah, they
Epic.
played on the beach, and we got tickets to go see the Beach Boys. Thanks for listening to this segment of the Inside Rock podcast, Staying Alive. To hear the full episode, go to jabberguys.com and listen to our episodes with
Oh, Queeks.
And Cha.
the
Jabberguys.
Remember to go to our website, jabberguys.com, to subscribe to our podcasts, Inside Rock and Weird and Wacky World.